What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we're doing a song breakdown for Condor Challenge. It's more like a chart breakdown, not a song breakdown. And Condor Challenge was requested by stardf29, and he would like to figure out how to break this thing down, and I would love to. This is actually one of my favorite 15s. I know it sounds like it doesn't seem like it, but I actually quite like this 15. Probably because I just really like the song, and Romo-Con just can't do any wrong. So we're going to be jumping right into this, and right off the bat, as always, we're looking at the BPM. And the BPM for this bad boy is 142? Damn, there's not many 142 15s out there. There's this one, then there's the Ren-Sen-To, it's like 142 as well. And that's about it. There's like barely any 140 BPM. Saberwing satellite mix, that's 139. The 140 range seriously lacks in level 15s, so it's always nice to see when they come out with one, because usually it's going to be more technical, because even if you throw in a bunch of 16th notes, it would only be a 14. Like we're talking on the bounce, I was going to say drop the bounce, but they re-rated that to a 15. But similar to that, if you're just doing around 16th notes, you're only going to get a 14. The only way that a 15 can come out of a 140-ish BPM song is if they make it pretty tricky, and oh boy, this song has some tricks. Alright, as usual, we're going to let it play for a little bit, and we're just going to dive right into it. And if anytime there's any problems with the oh yeah, it is 138, and I will be monitoring the chat. So yes, if the chat has anything to say, or if you have your own tips, if you're watching live right now and you have a suggestion or a tip that I did not say, please put it in the chat. And then the viewers at home, you can take my advice and the chat, which should be over there, right? No, they're up here. Yeah. Hey guys, how you doing? Hi. Okay. I won't do that again, I promise. So, let's just play a little bit. I'll stop it when I need to, and let's take a look. Alright, two things to mention. Right off the bat, here. You are going to be very uncomfortable if you actually try playing this flute. So let's look at it again. So nothing wrong here, shouldn't be. And these are going to be what we are going to call 12th note gallops. So 12th note gallops are slower than a 16th but faster than an 8th note. So at 142 it sounds just like da-dun da-dun da-dun. So, and one thing, if you really want to get into the swing melody, you can add your own. And this is a good tip for a lot of songs. Like you see that we have 3 red notes coming up here, right? There's a 12th gallop into the first one, 12th gallop into the second one, and the third one, it doesn't have one. You can make one. Yeah, you can make it. This will get you a lot more confident and comfortable whenever you're getting into a swing beat. So if you can invent it, I'm sure a lot of you know how to do a helper step for 8th notes. You can do a helper step for 16th note, but can you do a helper step for 12th notes? Not a lot of people can, but if you can, that means that you have a command, you have a mastery over 12th note gallops. So this is something that I would recommend. I've mentioned this in the past too, that like if you have a run that you know for sure, oh, I'm not going to get the record that I wanted, like what I was going for, it's not going to happen anymore. Play around, definitely play around a little and try to try things that you normally wouldn't. So if you already screwed up your score and you see something like this, take advantage of it. And with that said, try adding a 12th note. So this and then this, maybe you added a left. Maybe you added a left to get in there. So it's da-dun, da-dun, da-dun instead of da-dun, da-dun, dun. Get used to it. I personally don't do it, but I'm just showing you that you can to get into the melody, the rhythm. Alright, 3 minutes on the first 3 steps. We're going to be here a while. Grab some popcorn. Alright, so right off the bat, this is annoying because we're finishing on our right, so this section looks pretty awful, and it is. So you have 2 options. Back cross it, so left foot here, right, left, and then do the quick jump, or just go for the double step, hitting 3 times with your right foot, which would be left, right, right, right. However, it's not, right and left is not only what you should consider, because you have heels and you have toes. So more specifically, left, right toe, right heel, right toe, left foot. So dun dun dun. So dun 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 dun. So try that out. It should be fine. And here is a 24th note. Yes, you see how close that spacing is? That's a 24th note. Hello, random 24th note. No, it doesn't come off that good. So how do you do 24th notes? Go fast. Just fucking go fast. Like, it goes to the music, brum. You can hear it, and it's a little bit hard, and we have green notes going into it, but as I always say, thankfully most times there's green notes, you can really hear it. So let's look at it. Dun, 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 dun. So if you do that, you should be fine. Alright, let's see the next section, which is going to get pretty tricky with crossovers. Alright, this one, right foot, back cross, left, your right foot should be hitting this one, and stay crossed over, or not. You could double step this one with your right foot, or you can cross it over. I always double step that. Yeah, I always double step this. So double step it, but just make sure that you're maintaining the left up position, because this gallop is gonna come up. Back cross it. Unfortunately, there's really not much you can do, and the only good news is after you back cross it, you're going to be able to hit this one with your left foot to the right foot, and then at this point you can swing. So after you hit left right, you could swing your body, shift it, and then do left right, or you can do left right and then right left. Up to you. I prefer to swing my body because I feel more in control and able to time. Okay, that's a really tricky part. I promise you I'll address it. It does it one more time before the break, and I'll focus on it during that part. Try that again. Back cross again, stay crossed over, hit this with your right. See, I told you I'll do it one more time. So right before the break, we have the familiar 12th gallops, but then it immediately goes into 6 notes spacing. 6 note spacing is really odd, okay? It's like, it's not too common, but when it is utilized and used, it's rough as hell. But it goes to the music, that's the best I can say, and just slow it down. It's slower than an 8th note, so slow it down a little. And then we're going to go into 12ths, into a 16th transition, and to make matters worse, the 16th transition is going to include a forced crossover. Alright, let's just look at the actual crossover we need to do. So right, left, right, left, right. So the finishing position should have you at your back foot. Your right foot should be on the left arrow. If you play it out correctly, it should be there. And if you just look at these 5 arrows, it's not too daunting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just like a really quick walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The trickiness, and this is why it's a 15, is because we're doing a 12th into it. So da, 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 da. I can't even do the sound right, but let's listen to it one time. So da 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 da. Just know that on the 4th arrow is the transition step. I really want to highlight more in my videos about like transition steps when we're like going between like 12th notes and 8th notes, or 8th notes and 6th notes, or whatever. You know, like I've mentioned it in my live streams quite a bit, that you know, transitioning steps, they have to be hit with a little bit more force. And to why I say that is because like it like resets you. You know, like if you just play it out too, like, you know, melancholy or whatever, you might get a little bit lazy and you might miss the transition. But if you do you know, you'll feel it a lot more when you're transitioning. So use the right foot here as a transition. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that 4 is the da 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 da. So when you're looking at this pattern coming up, I want you to more focus. Like, you should have the 12th note beat in your body and rhythm by now after playing this, and then focus on this right arrow, because you know that once you get here, that's the transition. Alright, I'm going to briefly peek at chat, see what people are saying. Alright, yes, really like my background. Oh, well, thank you. Well, you can thank Len for that. Len's helped me helped me to do that. Shadow Lynn's in here. Yep. Keep in mind, guys, if you guys have any advice or tips, throw them in the comments up here. And I'm going to keep on breaking this chart down. Alright, good news is we have a pretty long break before anything gets too crazy again. Alright, I'm going to assume there's nothing going on here that no one can't do. Alright, and even this is just gallops. The freeze arrows make it look a lot harder, and this looks easier than what you see at the arcade, and that's because Stepmania has a feature where the first note of the gallop does show the correct color, where on an arcade, even using the note skin, it will appear green. So it can be confusing, but hopefully maybe seeing it this way makes it a little bit more obvious what you're just doing. And there's maybe only one trick here, and I'll point it out. Yeah, right there. So on the 106, make sure that you could remain crossed over, so the right foot then to the left, but I personally don't like to do that. After I hit this, I will switch my body. I will pivot my body. I pivot my footing. Whenever I say pivoting, I mean like switching the position my feet are in to readjust. It's just like realignment. I really want to come up with better terminology, but yeah, I switched to this. But doing this means you'll have to do it one more time down here. So after this gallop right here, we're going to pivot our right foot to the down. And we can do that in the air. We can do it in the air. Alright, so the last one fits here, and here we go. So how do you do that? Well, thankfully I actually do have advice here. Heel, and then this is your right toe. So right heel, right toe. Dun dun. I really hope my hands are coming through this chroma. But the heel, and then slap it down with your left heel. And then your left heel, and slap down your two toes. So dun dun, dun dun. Like that. So if you can do that, you'll find out that you have a pretty easy time to get it. Heel, toe. Alright. And this is all the triplet section. It's really tiring, actually. I remember when it first came out, this part made me so tired because it took so much focus and energy to do the first 130 some steps that when I finally got here, I just got so tired. But just keep hopping, and there's going to be a couple tricks later, but for the most part, you just follow it out, and like every time like you finish a triplet, you can like actually jump. You can like keep the hopping motion to keep it going. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. And then this will finish into a broken, it'll finish on a broken stream, but you can use this too as a gallop and get right back into it. So da-dun, da-dun, and then we're right back into it. Okay, make sure on 185, the next note we start with our right foot. The footing makes it so that you want to hit this with your left, because like after you hit this, like, you know, because that's left, right, up, I mean, like you're tempted to use your left foot here. Make sure you force your right foot. One more time with the broken. Right there. Okay, now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Now I'll show you what I do to make sure that I get all the notes and I keep all the freezes. So that's fine, but starting here. Now, I don't like to do the crossover. This is a freeze, but that they want you to cross over with your left foot. I don't do that. What do? I hold the freeze halfway until about an eighth note, and then I jump off and I gallop. So I hold it down, and then I pivot gallop to this. We're going to be doing this several times in this section. And in fact, right there, I'm not sure if it's considered, oh crap, that's not the right one. I'm not sure if it's considered the same, but for sure, I do not cross over here, no way. So after I hit the right, left, right, my right foot, so right, left, right, and then right, up, left, up, but with my right, left, right. So doing that, and then that puts you in a bad position here, but hey, do the same thing I did up there. We're just going to pivot to get our left foot back up here. Alright, and then once again, right after that, we're going to pivot our left foot this time to the down to hit this. Alright, that's pretty simple. Alright, nothing hard here. Alright, here, we're with our left foot, hold it halfway, and then we're going to pivot to this gallop. Right here, we're pivoting to our left foot. Right here, we're pivoting to our right foot. And we're in 480p. What the hell happened? Come on. What's going on? Alright, and then last one to finish it, we're going to go with our right foot. So after this right foot, we're going to pivot jump into that. And now we're 65% of the song done, and we're going to take a look at the chat. How's chat doing? Alright, nice, nice. Okay, cool, cool. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and the triplets are very connected. Like, you don't really, that part's fun, but they're candle triplets, which mean that you're crossing the center panel every time. Alright, let's keep breaking it down. This song needs a breakdown, and that's what we're here to do. Alright, this is not too bad, except the fact that it ends with a double, and honestly, there's not much tips I can give you here. I'll just say this. If you can do Super Maximum Mix Challenge and get the double taps, you should be able to get these. These are slower. These are much slower. So if you're asking yourself, why can you get those and you can't get these? It's mental, because you should be able to get these. So is it awkward? Is it hard? Yes and yes. But is it impossible? No. It's just going to take a little bit of keeping your foot low and smashing it. And then immediately I hate to tell you guys this, I don't have many advice. You really have to play it as intended, which means that we're starting with our left foot, we're ending on our left foot here, and then and then this one, the opposite, starting with our right foot, ending with our right foot, and continuing. And once again, back to the other side, left foot down to our left foot. However, this time you must start this with your right foot. You might be tempted to start this with your left, but you'll be in big trouble down here. So make sure that after you hit this jump, we're switching sides. So it's easy to remember though. Left, right, left, and then right. So we're going back and forth each time. Easy to remember. So starting with our right foot, we're going to play out this stream that finishes on the up. And then this, you won't see this in the game because the notes will just look green, green, green. But yeah, this is a very hard trick. And I remember when the song first came out, I want to say I was the first person to PFC this back in like 2014. If not the first, I had the world record first, or I PFC'd it first day. I don't know. And honestly, the score wasn't that impressive. But what I'm trying to say is that I kept choking at this part. I kept getting to this part and failing, and I didn't even know why. I didn't know, why do I keep getting, greats here? How come I keep getting greats? I can't PFC it. I didn't know what was going on here. Well, congratulations. You're smarter than Dr. D 7 years ago, because now you know. These are playing out in 8th note spacing, so you're starting later, but it's just an 8th note. So 1, 2, 3. So dun dun dun. However, it's not quite that because the last note is a gallop. So it's actually dun 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 dun. So that's all it is. But it seems. Oh my God! Why did I do that? It seems awkward with how we're like finishing everything here. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit more. So dun dun dun. And then, like this, the 8th note, the quarter note should be here, but it's a 16th note late, but we are hitting 3 still. So 1, 2, and then the last one is a gallop. So, and make sure you're starting this with your left foot. So, dun 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 dun. And if you can get this, like, and you got everything else so far, you can either, whatever you're going for, whether you can full combo everything else, you're going to full combo it. If you could have PFC'd everything else, you're going to PFC it. If you can GFC everything else, like this is the last crutch point. Nothing else that's going to come after this is going to be more challenging. So that's like the make or break. This is the only thing that's like everything else that's coming up is a repeat. Where this, well, okay, to be fair, it's not a complete repeat. We do still have those like doubles. We're going to get there very soon, but just, yeah, starts a little bit late. This ends in a gallop. And if you can get that, the next part is tricky still, but manageable. this can play out. Okay, then here's one of the final crossovers. So and it's a down cross. We all love the down crosses, especially after all the up crosses they've been giving us. Okay, now here you have an option to cross over. I think I usually do just because I'm like so in the mood of like going both ways, but you could even double step this and you'll be fine. And then finally, and then now the beats are going to get a little bit funky, but I think you guys can manage. So it's 8 notes for now. You're probably on this with your left foot. That's okay. Hold it near the end, and then we're going to drop it off and get that. And then swing over here. Yeah, that's a hard hammer jump. And then into 8th note jumps, or 16th note space jumps, or offbeat jumps, I guess. This is a repeat of the 2 sections in the very beginning. However, this is actually easier because it's left note, left right. So this is our transition step. So whenever you see this kind of pattern, 12th into a 16th, find where your transition step is, make a mark of it, and then go for it. Okay, then the offbeat spacing. So this all goes to the music, but it just is awful. And we're going to get one more of the 12th note into the 16th note. Let's play a game. Let's play Who Can Spot the Transition Step. So there's going to be 2 gallops and then the 8th notes. This is why the ending is really tricky, because it's 2 16th gallops and then the 4 note 8th notes. Where's the transition steps? Where's the transition steps? Oh, yay. I'm so proud of you guys. Yes, it's this one. This is the transition step. So 1, 2, 3, and then the 5 right there. Okay, and then how do you hit the last notes? Because my legs don't move like that. Gotta use our hands. What the fuck's going on here? Yeah, this is very unique in DDR. They do not make you do this often. And even though I could bracket this, I'm most weak doing a down hold and then a left arrow bracket. So I actually play it regularly. So yeah, I'm holding it, then up, left. So dun 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 dun. So the first one is gonna have a little bit more of a spacing between it, but then after that it's just 4 8 notes in a row. So we're gonna be dun 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 dun. So dun 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 dun. Yeah. Oh, and then even you have to go back. Yeah, that makes it even harder. Yeah. So 1 2 3 4 dun 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 dun. Yeah, enjoy. But totally manageable. You could do it. Is there any other way you could do it? Gallop? Now, there's really no other way you can do it unless you do the bracket. Like for this arrow, you could actually lift up briefly and slam down on it. But then like you still gotta like do this and like you could hit these 2 with your right foot, then slam down on that with your left foot by doing that. It's honestly to me it's not worth it. So I recommend just getting strong, and it's good practice. You definitely want to be able to, get one foot doing 8 notes around the pad. It's good practice, so I highly recommend it. All right, and there you have it. You do this, and you will surely get the MFC for Condor. That does it for Condor CSP. I hope stardf29 you enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed breaking it down. Everyone else, I hope you got something out of it. Thanks, chat, for all the help. And everyone else, I'll see you on the next episode of Dr. D. Okay, Dr. D's breakdown. All right, peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. If you like what I do and want to be notified whenever I upload or go live, subscribe and hit that bell icon. If you really love me, consider pledging on Patreon to enjoy exclusive benefits. Lastly, keep the DDR discussion going by joining my Discord community linked below. Thanks again, and peace.